Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. Just how good is Arne Slot's Liverpool? With Man City scamming wins to stay in the title race and Arsenal slipping off recently, how and what is achievable for Liverpool this season? Because Arne Slot has said you won't see the best of his Liverpool side until late November. And yet here they are, breaking records. Liverpool never won 6 consecutive away games in their history. He's doing that. He's got an amazing points tally for his first 8 Premier League games, which we'll talk in a moment. But this was meant to be the big week for Liverpool. After a supposedly easy-ish start to the season, the Chelsea game, the Leipzig away and the Arsenal away was going to be the week where you find out what Liverpool are already about. Well, they've got 2 wins and they're heading to Arsenal as big favourites at the Emirates on Sunday. They are quite clearly the best team in the Premier League at the moment. But what is achievable? Will it be sustainable? Because the interesting thing for me is that I have my own thoughts, but what I saw this morning is intriguing in the sense that best manager starts in the Premier League after 8 games in Premier League history. At the top of that is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with 22 points from 24 when he took over from Mourinho in that December a few years ago. But for starts to a season, Arne Slot would be number 1. He's got 21 points from 24 for Liverpool. In third place, you've got Ange Postecoglou with 20 points from 24 last season. And then you've got Pep Guardiola in fourth place with 19 points. There you go. So look, it's a very, very impressive start from Arne Slot. And the only loss was actually Nottingham Forest at home, which came as a massive shock. And a lot of people thought that was going to be the reality bite. But they've gone on and just gone up a gear since then. It's a culmination of many things with Liverpool. I just want to say, by the way, we'll obviously talk about it in the Goldbridge Arms tomorrow for the Premier League preview, but I do think Liverpool go into that game ominously for Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal have got their own injuries, but the way Liverpool play, I thought the way they played against Chelsea at Anfield was very, very intelligent. They allowed Chelsea to sort of come onto them and use that space in behind and their experience. Against Leipzig, who are joint top of the Bundesliga at the moment, and they did have chances. Of course, Leipzig did, but so did Liverpool. I think 1-0 could have been 3-2. And they certainly had long periods of the game where they were the better side. I think against Arsenal, it's a shame it's not going to be best 11 against best 11. Obviously, Liverpool look a bit stronger at the moment, injury-wise. But I think Arsenal and Arteta would have faced a difficult game there. And I think the reason for that is that Liverpool have just fused this. And I think that is the question, isn't it? What is achievable for Liverpool? Because you look at that points tally from Arne Slot in his first 8 games. And apart from Pep, you've got Solskjaer up there who fell away and didn't really achieve anything. And you've got Ange, obviously last season, who started off really well and faded away. So the evidence would suggest that Arne Slot could fade away. But the theory behind why they are where they are and why they go into November as the team to beat, because Man City, as I said, dodgy or not, last-minute winner against Wolves, who are bottom of the league. Fulham should have done better at the Etihad. I mean, the threat of Man City is that they're winning games when they probably shouldn't be winning games, whereas Liverpool are winning games when they should be. Winning badly is always a big trait in winning a title. But I think what it looks like happening at the moment is, and the components of Liverpool's incredible start to the season, is the combination of 3 big things, really. Obviously, a new manager coming in and doing very, very well, and he deserves the credit there. Secondly, a structure above the manager that basically said, we don't want to rebuild. We don't want to do what other clubs do when a manager leaves, like what Manchester United did after Sir Alex Ferguson, or what Chelsea do every time they sack a manager. We don't want a new manager to come in and go, I'm the guy, don't care about the manager's previous team, get rid of them and bring them in, and it's a rebuild and it takes time. The ownership of Liverpool clearly said, we believe in this project. Klopp's walking away for his own reason. We weren't going to sack him. We believe in this project. And if you're coming in as a manager, then we want you to pick this project up. That doesn't mean that you won't get money, but ideally we want this team to carry on. And Arne Slot's obviously on board with that, and that's very brave. It's very unusual, and it's very I'm trying to think of the word, but modern. in a way. We don't see that very often. And then thirdly, you've got this other component feeding into those first two of senior players who know what to do. Trent, Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Salah. These players are very good players, but they also know what it means to be successful at Liverpool, what it means to be successful in the Premier League, what it means to be successful in the Champions League. It's an amazing core of players who have high-end experience. And when you put those three things together, with Liverpool being where they are, isn't a surprise. It could have gone wrong. It still could go wrong. But at the moment, they just look ridiculously consistent and ridiculously on the same page. And Arsenal are faltering because of injuries. Man City are faltering, I don't even know why, but they're still up there and they still will be up there. And Liverpool look incredibly strong at the moment. And I think that with the players that they've got and the experience that they've got and the way things are working, it's not inconceivable at the moment that, well, if they beat Arsenal on Sunday, Arsenal are gone for me. Title race, forget about it. But also, more significantly, Liverpool have taken Arsenal's spot as being the pretenders to the throne. The last two seasons, Arsenal win the league if Man City aren't there. Liverpool know all about that. Man United know all about that. We've all finished second in the last few years, and we all know that Man City are a juggernaut. Now, whether Man City get found guilty or not is not what we're talking. Man City have been the dominant force for a decade, and there have been numerous teams that have been the pretender, the second best team. Arsenal deservedly have had that for the last 2 years. But has that become because Liverpool have, had to go through transition? I think they've come through that transition now. And I think when you look at the makeup of Liverpool and you look at the makeup of Arsenal, Liverpool have got Van Dijk, Mo Salah, Trent, Robertson, Alisson. These players have won Premier Leagues and they have won Champions Leagues. Arsenal, as pretenders to the throne, have got Saliba, Rice, Odegaard, Saka. These players have not won Champions Leagues and they have not won Premier Leagues. So I think what we're talking about here, in my view, is Man City will still be the title favourites for me. And I still think they'll win the title. And I think it's very ominous that they're winning games that they should be not winning. But I think what we're fast approaching here, and we talk about Liverpool's capabilities this season, I said in my pre-season predictions, Liverpool for the Champions League, and I got laughed at. They're not laughing anymore. Because Liverpool could win the Champions League. They maybe won't, but they could. But in relation to the Premier League, I think we are fast approaching Liverpool being the pretenders to the throne and Arsenal losing that mantle. Now, Arsenal fans might not like that. Well, Sunday's the chance to prove that's not the case. I think the real battle in the Premier League at the moment is not necessarily for the title. I think that's still Man City's to be wrestled away and it'll be very difficult. I think what we've got going on in the Premier League at the moment is a battle between Arsenal and Liverpool to be the second best team in the Premier League and to be the team that's going to try and challenge Manchester City. And I think Arsenal are in danger of losing that. Maybe they didn't expect it. Maybe it's happened really quickly. And that's down to Slot, Liverpool and the players, that they've gone for that spot. And they now look like they're going to take it. Because when you look at the strength of Arteta and you look at the strength of Arsenal and you look at the strength of their players, where does it match up to a Liverpool that has just suddenly appeared this season and gone, hold on a minute, you can have Saliba, we've got Van Dijk. You can have Ben White, we've got Trent. We've got Robertson. You can have Saka, we've got Salah. So it's interesting, and that's what it's all about. But I think Liverpool this season will be a very good season for its first season if they are the ones that finish second to Man City and win a trophy. And at the moment, that's where I'm pitching up Liverpool. Maybe it could be better than that. Get your comments in below. Smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll speak to you on the next one.